Today's video is brought to you by G Fuel. Use coupon code SMITH for 10% off. Link in the description. What's going on, guys? It's TheSmithPlays here, and today, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be looking at the top 10 pistols in Call of Duty Zombies. I had said that this was the only thing left we have to do, but we actually still have to do LMGs. That being said, top 10 pistols. I'm excited for this one. Pistols are something that were never meant to be the power weapon of zombies, but because of their mobility, they often end up being one of the better picks as a gun tier. Especially when they have a super OP Pack-a-Punch upgrade. But we'll get into that a little bit later. Above all though, I personally just think that pistols are one of the most fun weapons to use in zombies, and I'm a big fan. A lot of variation when it comes to pistols. They're all fun to use. So anyways, guys, let's do this. Coming in at number 10, we have an old faithful, ladies and gentlemen, and it is the RK5. Honestly, I don't know where I would be in my life if it wasn't for this gun. The RK5 is the starting wall weapon on every single Black Ops 3 map, and it is that for good reason. I think as far as any starting wall weapons go, the RK5 is probably one of the most reliable. The thing that makes the RK5 so great as a starting weapon, especially when you start with it in every Black Ops 3 game, is not only is it good for getting points, like you do a shot to the body and then you knife on round 3 and 4, it's awesome, but it's also pretty good at killing larger hordes of zombies on earlier rounds if you get into that situation. But where the RK5 tends to really shine is on starting room challenges. And honestly, just in general, as a double Pack-a-Punch weapon, it's really good. The thing that makes the RK5 so awesome is it is the lightest wall weapon. So when you double Pack-a-Punch it, it's got the same damage as every other double Pack-a-Punch wall weapon, whatever that double Pack-a-Punch ability is, but it's light. Combined with the fact that it's a wall weapon makes it for a very good pick going for those high rounds, especially when you're in a spawn room. Number 9, the Remington New Model Army. See, this is why this is such an awesome list, because we have guns like this on it. The Remington New Model Army is kind of a silly gun. It's like your Western cowboy sharpshooter gun that is only featured on Buried. As far as statistics go, it's almost a direct port from the Python, but it's cool, okay? Gee, picking a gun because it's cool and not for actual statistics, that does not sound like my channel at all, what? Hear me out, okay? The Remington New Model Army, let's just imagine it's like a Python, does slightly less damage, but is 18 times cooler. I don't even know why this gun is so cool, but the thing with the Remington New Model Army is it just feels like it's just such a fun gun to use. It has a pretty good damage rate and it's good at getting zombies out of your way quickly. But really the reason that it's going on this list is just because I think it's one of the more unique guns in zombies. It's one of the more fun guns in zombies. And you know, it still works. Again, I don't even know why I'm wearing these. Number 8. The B23R. So the B23R is basically a more expensive but more powerful RK5. Apart from being cheaper and not having a double Pack-a-Punch ability, the B23R is better than the RK5 in pretty much every way. But the thing is they're like reskins of each other basically. So like the B23R, RK5, they're both 3-round burst pistols that are pretty good on an early round. It's a cheap alternative. They're lightweight. And that's about as far as you really get with them. I think the map where the B23R really shines though is obviously Transit because it's the weapon in the bus. Like you may be out of ammo, but you know, you can always just hit that bus and at least pick up a B23R. And all that being said, when you Pack-a-Punch it, it does become fully automatic and is actually pretty good as long as you have double tap and are firing into a huge horde. Really the only drawback with it is just its lack of ammo. Number 7, one of my favorite, or should I say 2 of my favorite guns of all time, the dual-wield 5.7s. I don't know what it is about these guns, but I got a soft spot in my heart for them. They're so fun to use, they're so unique, and they're actually good. Tell me another dual-wield weapon. Well, actually, no, there's actually a lot. There's a lot of better dual-wield weapons than the 5.7s. The thing with the 5.7s, though, is they're just a solid gun. They never fail to amaze me. I always get them and I'm like, even though I like these, I know they're not that good, but they are that good. They're really good for getting points. They shoot slow, but have a high damage rate. So despite having low ammo, even when Pack-a-Punched, they can still take out a lot of zombies. And the other great thing about them is when you're shooting one, you can reload the other, and then when you're shooting this one, you can reload the other. It's a great system. Ultra and Violet are some of my favorite dual-wield weapons out there, and they come in at number 7. Number 6, the Python. So after double checking this over, it turns out that the Remington New Model Army and the Python have the exact same statistics as each other. Literally same damage, same rounds per minute, exact same ammo and clip. Okay, so why then is the Python better than the Remington New Model Army? Well, I kind of knew this going into it, but the reason I'm putting the Python so much higher than the Remington is literally just feel. It's one of those things as a zombies player that it's kind of hard to quantify what I mean by that, but I think you guys can all agree that the Python is just a really good feeling pistol. It's just very good at killing what's in your way effectively and efficiently. And I don't know if it's the iron sights or it's the recoil on the Remington, but there's something about it that I feel like it's more fun to use, but with that fun comes a little bit of a drawback. Again, I don't really know what it is, but for me, the Python just feels like a better gun. And I don't have the statistics to back that up because the numbers say they're the exact same, but it's kind of like the PPSH in Black Ops 3 versus the World at War 1. Like, you can use both, and you can just kind of get a feel for what's better. So you're gonna have to take my word on it that the Python is better than the Remington. Number 5, the Marshals. So this is what I'm talking about, okay? Black Ops 3 didn't have any cool pistols, really, until the Marshals came along. And you know what's freaking dumb? Is they're only on Zetsubo. Let's take the coolest set of pistols in Black Ops 3 and let's only make them on one map where they're not even really that effective. The Marshals would have been so good on Gorod Krovi. They would have been so good on Shadows of Evil, but instead you put them in the jungle. I'm sorry, I'm just kind of salty because I never get to use the Marshals. They're like that gun that you know is awesome, but I never play Zetsubo, and because of that, I don't know, man. The Marshals are really good because they're good at killing zombies, but they also kind of get that Blundergat effect where you shoot them, they reload, you electric cherry, and you pop them back out again, and it's just like that good little system. The Marshals are just way too fun to only be on Zetsubo. But you know what's better than the Marshals and is almost the exact same thing? The Executioner. So coming in at our number 4 spot, ladies and gentlemen, we have the Executioner. The Executioner is probably the best bullets, gun, pistol in zombies. So let me just lay down the statistics right here. It is a one-shot kill when pack-a-punched with double tap up until round 34. And it's a pistol. So you've got this gun that is really lightweight. You can run around with like a friggin' super soldier. And on top of that, you can kill things up until round 34. And on top of that, you don't really have to aim all that well because it shoots shotgun bullets. It has a spread. I'm sorry, Canadians just don't know gun terms. It's like a shotgun. It shoots out like pellets or whatever. That's a really good combination. The Executioner has the get the heck out of my wayness of a shotgun, but the mobility of a pistol, and that's what makes it so awesome. It's just like the classic Nuketown and Town strategy. You run with that gun, anything gets in your way, it's not going to be in your way unless it's past round 34, and then you just get a ray gun Mark II eventually, and you're all good. I mean, it's not the best gun ever because it does have a pretty bad drop-off, but in the first 30 rounds, it's amazing. Until we move on to the very cheap and OP pistols. Or honestly, I may as well just call these things like the Wonder Pistols. So I won't be including the ray gun and the Mark II because those are technical wonder weapons, but I did want to include all forms of pistols on this list. But coming in at our number 3 spot, ladies and gentlemen, we have the Rift E9, introduced and only ever seen on Revelations. Which, by the way, that's how you pair a gun with a map. Like, the Rift E9 on Revelations, that just makes sense. The Rift E9 is kind of like a ray gun Mark II, but nowhere near as good. Yet still, it's number 3 on our list. Like, I don't really know where to go with the Rift E9. Basically, it's a laser pistol that does a very high amount of damage when it hits a zombie in the head. It's a burst fire, but it only shoots 2, which is, again, very similar to the ray gun Mark II. Honestly, the Rift E9 is a pretty big copy of the ray gun Mark II, and I feel like they kind of put that into zombies as like a substitution for it. But I mean, it's a great gun. The thing with it is like there's so many better options on Revelations, like the Apothecon Servant and the Thunder Gun, that you typically end up not using that gun, but it's still a beast. Especially when you get some deadshot on that thing, like it's just so good at targeting heads, killing zombies in your way. The Rift E9 is just a very underrated gun. It comes in at number 3. Oh, but there's 2 guns that just gotta beat it. 2 guns that just gotta ruin this entire list for everybody. All the guns from slots 10 to 4 are let's say like a 6 or a 7, and then we just saw like an 8. And in comparison, these next 2 guns are like 14s out of 5. Like just not even fair. Just ruining the rest of this list. So coming in at our number 2 spot, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a tie between 3 guns. We've got the Bloodhound, the MR6, and the Colt M1911. or the new Colt, or the World at War Colt, whatever. The point I'm getting at is the starting pistol, whatever one you want to include, that when upgraded, it turns into a grenade launcher. I just can't really see any debate here on this one. Like, grenade pistols are kind of unfair for this list. And honestly, even the thing with starting pistols is like they're great early game for getting points. So early game, they have a big use. They're lightweight, you can run, they're great for speed running, and then you upgrade them and they become killing machines of killing. TheSmithPlays 2017. But there is one major drawback, and that is that these pistols are really only most effective when you have PhD. Let's just say that for some way, like they didn't do splash damage, they would probably be number 1, but that's a huge drawback, so it's gonna come in at number 2. But ladies and gentlemen, I am excited for this one because finally, we've got a gun from Origins that is coming in at our number 1 spot. It's the Mauser. I feel like I love Origins so much, and it's finally here. I just want to like mic drop. It's the freaking Mauser. The Mauser is the best starting pistol ever. It's the best pistol ever. I feel like I don't even need to debate this. It's just like the gun that I feel like it makes Origins so easy. It's the perfect gun for the perfect map. The Mauser is basically the ray gun Mark III, but if it only shot 1 bullet at a time. It does a high amount of damage, it shoots fast, it's so lightweight on a map where you need to be lightweight, and it freaking wrecks Panzers. Like, I know the Mark II wrecks Panzers, but is the Mark II a pistol that you start with? No, it's not. You don't need PhD flopper to use the Boomhilda. You need a trigger finger, and that's it. Actually, it's kind of funny now that I think about it, because top 10 SMGs, we had PPSH, and now we have Mauser. So 2 guns that I got. It's dope. Anyways, though, guys, that is going to be the video for today. Thank you very much, and I will see you later. Peace out, you freaking nerds.